I'd like to introduce Donna Burnett-Vachon. She is the Director of Change and Organizational Development at Hydro Ottawa. Donna, welcome. I know Calian's delivered, I think, 4 scenarios for you.
That's right.
I was just wondering if you could walk us through, why does Hydro Ottawa keep choosing Calian? What's the value that you get? How does your workforce enjoy these simulations? And just kind of the process that you've experienced.
Yeah, sure. So welcome. I'm excited to talk about kind of what we've done with immersive learning and why we chose immersive learning. As a local distributor of Hydro, we also train apprentices, and our apprentices are coming to us, of course, fresh out of college programs. So they're young. They're used to very different ways of learning and engaging than I think our learners were 10, 15 years ago. And so we were looking for something that would engage them in a different way. And VR just provided this incredible opportunity to create an environment where they could learn tasks that we can't always train in the field as the full task. Because if you can imagine that, a live electrified event is not something that we can have our apprentices doing. And so we would break it apart in a learning environment for them to do it, but it wasn't the full experience. So what VR enabled us to do then was take full work procedures and build them out in the virtual world, where our students then could put on the headsets and work all the way through that work task in a safe environment. It gave them the opportunity, and I think, George, you used the word muscle memory, and I think that's really important, because when our apprentices do go out in the field now, they really can think through the process that they've learned in VR and work through that full front to back work process in a multiple of different scenarios. And I think that's been really key for us. And in terms of why Calian, well, Matt really said it all. Calian was kind of in our backyard to be able to do this work. So, right from the very first scenario, which was a learning experience for us in terms of how you do this and how much engagement is involved to create these things, having Matt and team so close to us enabled them to come over to our training yard, work with our professionals, work with our instructors to really understand the work that we do, to shoot video, as Matt said, to actually see the tools that are used in the field. So when they're creating them in the virtual world, they're very, very realistic. And of course, use a good amount of creativity in terms of how do we make this work? And you'll see in some of our scenarios where they've added tables and things that will not normally be there in the real world, but a way for students to be able to see all the tools available and make choices in terms of picking the right tool at the right time, and finding ways through watches and things to be able to put in a bit of help and guidance for the students as they're going through it. So it's been really beneficial, I think, for our apprentices. We do work with Algonquin College to train power line technician students, and so we give them the opportunities to try some of the VR. And the other piece that, and I'm not sure, Matt, I think you actually, we do some of this. We actually use it as a way to engage younger students in the trades. So we'll take it out to career fairs and out to events with students in like grades 7 and 8 who haven't even really contemplated their future yet. And VR is a great way to see what working in the trades is all about. It's probably one of the most popular thing that we can bring to some of these events to get the students engaged, because you just have to get their attention for a minute to see how cool a lot of the work that we do really is and how technical it is. And VR really gives us a chance to do that.
So this is really embedded in your operations and in your training program.
Yeah, for sure. As I said, we embed it into our apprenticeship programs. The other place where we've been promoting it with some of our supervisors is refreshers. So if someone's going to do a task maybe they haven't done in a while and they want to grab a headset and do a refresher, they can do that. And we're looking for new ways to leverage VR as well, and new opportunities in some of the work that we do. We haven't really gone beyond our trades areas yet, because that's really where we've been seeing great success, and we'll continue continue to use it there. But it also, interestingly enough, gives some of our folks who don't work in the trades a bit of exposure to what their colleagues do. So, it's a chance to kind of put in a headset and see what is it like to work from the top of a hydro pole, and what is it like to open up that transformer that might be sitting on someone's lawn and see what it looks like inside. For those of us who work in the office, we don't see that view of that type of work, and so the virtual reality scenarios allow us to kind of really give people a day in the life type scenario.